ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਧੰਨ ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਓਟ ਆਸਰਾ ਨਾਲ ਇੱਥੇ ਸਿੱਖ ਚੈਨਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਬੈਠੇ ਹੋਏ ਸੱਜਣ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਸਾਂਝੇ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਬੈਠੇ ਹਨ। ਥੋੜੇ ਜਿਹੇ ਵਿਚਾਰਾ ਹੁਣ ਅੰਗਰੇਜ਼ੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਰੰਭ ਕਰਨ ਲੱਗੇ ਆ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। Sink or swim. The new series on this Sikh channel looking at domestic household problems within the Sikh families, within our generation. Today we're going to be discussing, is it wrong to go clubbing? We're looking at a case study, a young girl, Himmat Kaur, 17 years old, who took Amrit at the age of 7. Discussing this case study scenario with me and looking for a solution where we invite you also to participate with us and give us your solution to this problem. Discussing this with me is Bhai Butta Singh.
Vaheguru ji ka khalsa, Vaheguru ji ki fateh.
And also Bibi Indra Kaur.
Vaheguru ji ka
Khalsa, Vaheguru ji ki fateh. So we're going to go right into this case study. Why can't I go clubbing? This is Himmat Kaur, who is 17 years old. She took Amrit at the age of 7 years old. Her parents are also Amritari and do a lot of seva at the local Gurdwara. The family are a modern Sikh family and they feel it is fine to attend family parties where meat and alcohol is being served. So if they're called into a family function where there's meat and alcohol being served, they feel that's fine. The family also feel that dancing is not against the Sikh principles, so a bit of gidda, a bit of bhangra won't hurt. Well, one day Himmat returns from college and asks her parents if she could celebrate her 18th birthday with her friends by attending a club where they will only enjoy music and have an innocent dance. Is that too much, she says. Please, Mom. Himmat's parents are not happy. They're not happy about this and they are worried about the atmosphere their daughter is going to go into if they say yes. Himmat assures her parents that she will not be doing anything wrong, as she does not drink alcohol, she doesn't drink that vodka, that Bacardi, she doesn't spike it, she doesn't do nothing. And is not interested in the opposite gender, which a lot of people think that's why we go clubbing for. So this raises a number of questions. A young girl coming into her prime Jawani, wanting to celebrate her birthday with her friends. Is that such a crime? And the parents are saying no. So these are the questions. Why are Himmat's parents unhappy about her wish to celebrate her birthday at a club? Is it okay for Himmat to attend a club with her friends? Does it make a difference if she is Amritari? Now, during the course of this show, we will be inviting, in about 20 minutes, we will be opening up the lines for you to give us the answers, whether it is okay for her to go to the nightclub, whether it is wrong for the parents to say no, or are they right? Leading up to that, we're going to have a little discussion now, that her parents, Himmat's parents, do a lot of seva, this is slide number 2, at the local Gurdwara. Why are they facing such questions or such dilemmas? I mean, they are probably role models at the Gurdwara, they're doing a lot of seva. And all of a sudden, the daughter comes home and says, hold on, I want to go to a club. How do you think they feel?
Okay, obviously we'll have to look into the actual case scenario in detail. Because it's going to be different. If we just jump straight into it, I think there's a lot of things in there with the answers in there itself. Yeah. So this happens more than we actually think. Yeah, because this is something first, I think, before we go into any details of any Gurmat, just that Sangat, to give this Sangat an idea, because even myself, when I first got into Sikhi, the Sangat that I held, so I think that's the key point, word there, Sangat. Sangat that I held, it wasn't ever made out to me, that maybe that it was wrong, that to go clubbing whilst still being Amritdhari.
Yeah.
Okay, but now this is going to obviously trigger off a lot of questions, because we were sold the point that as long as we're having innocent fun, and how is it going to cause any problems with our Amrit? So this is something I experienced when I first got into Sikhi, first took Amrit, experienced both sides, family wedding parties and clubbing.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and I think we'll just take a few more views first off Indra, and then I can go into how it affected me.
Okay. So basically what you're saying is that there was a difference between the family and the clubbing, but maybe at the time you were probably thinking, well, you know, a dance is a dance, a drink is a drink. Indra, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, I only took on it not that long ago, like 3 years ago, and so before that, I think it was very similar to that my upbringing in Sikhi and the Sangat that I had said it was fine for me to go to parties and dance, and I mean I didn't drink or anything, and so if I went clubbing, for example, that was okay as well, as long as I'm with people that are going to look out for me. So if I did ever go, I knew exactly who I'm going with, where we're going, family knew about it, and what time I'm going to come home. So it was always that, well, as long as I get up then to do my nitnem, and I do my nitnem, then it's okay, because I'm still kind of sticking to the principles of still going to the Gurdwara, still doing my nitnem, making sure that I'm not still doing any sins, but it's okay because I'm not committing one of the 4 sins in a sense.
So you mean at that time you felt it was okay to maybe do the social side to a certain extreme, yet as long as it was within the boundaries of what you understood as the boundaries?
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Okay, that's very interesting, because I think this is where maybe Himmat is.
Yeah.
This is where she
And
feels.
the thing with me was my friends of circle kind of knew that, right, we're going to keep her away from these certain things because Indra's not going to like that. For example, you know, we're never going to ask her if she wants to drink because it's not even an option. But we're going to drink, and it's okay for her to watch us drinking, but she's not going to do it. And you know, like it was more like a protection thing. So it was like, well, this is okay because I'm protected. But it's like when you're, for example, if you're in a party atmosphere and you're hearing songs and you're dancing away, them songs are going to ring in your head about dancing and the opposite gender and drinking and whatever else it is. So then how can, if for an Amritdhari, so then how can Gurbani ring in your ears? It doesn't add up.
I mean, in the mornings when you were doing the nitnem, or, I mean, did it affect you in any way then?
Yeah, because then you'd think about what happened the night before, or little glimpses of the songs that you maybe still heard, or it would still ring in your head.
Do you think this pull of Maya was so strong enough that it made you ignore that and say, well, if there's another party and it's a family function, I've got to go? That's a minor thing that it's ringing in my head in the morning when I'm doing my nitnem, but next time I'm still going to go.
It wasn't even an option that I wasn't going to go at that time.
Yeah.
It was like, well, I'm going to go. I have to dress up. I have to go. And, you know, I've got
So
to...
it was all the frills that came with the party, the dressing up, the looking, you know, the looking good in front of your friends and being accepted by the peers.
Yeah.
I mean, is this Himmat's situation at the moment? She's going to be 18 and she's saying to Mom, you all go to the party after the Sikh wedding. And why can't I go with my friends? And this is slide number 3. I'm celebrating my 18th, Mom. You all go to the party after the Sikh wedding. Why can't I go with my friends?
I mean, a lot of people say family parties are very different to the atmosphere that you have in a club, for example. And I used to think that myself, because it's like, well, you've got your family around you, you've got your close friends, and in a club you don't know.
Wrong slide.
You don't know who's going to be there, and you know you've got maybe drugs going around, you've got a lot of alcohol. But if you think about it, even the parties that we attend after a Sikh wedding, they've got the alcohol, and majority of the time, you've still got women and men trying to see if they can pull each other. You know, they're looking at each other. The dress sense
So this is at the Sikh weddings?
Yeah, and the dress sense isn't as humbling as it should be.
So does Harkeet, does she have a point? Does Himmat have a point?
I mean, everybody will have their own opinion on this. My opinion is, yes, she has.
That it's okay, Mom and Dad, you go to a Sikh wedding, why can't I go with my friends? But the parents are saying the atmosphere is different.
Okay, linking now this subject, because the show, I think it's still been titled Mukte today.
Yeah.
You know? And so if we have a look at, we had a Gurmat session, a class on Saturday, and there was a sister from the Sangat that made a brilliant point, that when Guru Gobind Singh Ji was going to leave the Chamkor Gadi, and there was, when they gave their Kalgi to Bhai Sangat Singh, when Guru Gobind Singh Ji gave their Kalgi to Bhai Sangat Singh, at that point they said, Khalsa Guru, Guru Khalsa. So they said that the Khalsa now is the Guru, and the Guru is the Khalsa. And she said something amazing, that his name was Sangat, and Guruji saying, I am now giving myself to the Sangat. So his name was Sangat, and look at the teaching out of this. So Guruji saying, now I am giving my form to the Sangat. And the whole purpose was that he did look like Guru Gobind Singh Ji.
Yeah.
And that's what that setup was. And so what if the teaching out of that is to say that Sangat is us, and Guru Gobind Singh Ji is saying, I am giving my roop to you, that like they did to Bhai Sangat Singh in the Chamkor Gadi, and that's what was supposed to happen. Intentionally, he was supposed to look like Guru Gobind Singh Ji. But really, when they said Khalsa Guru, they're saying that this is how I want today everybody to look like me, so that wherever you go, somebody says, oh, Guru Gobind Singh Ji.
Okay.
A form of Guru Gobind Singh Ji.
Okay.
So now, we've got to think, if we've taken the Amrit, and Guru Gobind Singh Ji has said to us that the Khalsa is the Guru and Guru is the Khalsa, so we've got that role to take now. And now, it puts us in a completely different situation of where can we go if we've been given that responsibility.
That's very good. Because I've spoken to a lot of Sikhs, Amritdhari Sikhs as well, and I've said, you know, do you really think it's okay to go to the party after a wedding? And they say, well, we want to show our relatives and our friends that that we can still be Sikhs and be strong in our Sikhi without being affected. Now, obviously, what you've just explained about the roop and having that roop and having that responsibility, that are we really setting the right, are we really exposing the right role model? Are we really being role models if we are there? And obviously, it shows that what is our presence doing there? How is it helping them? Because really, a lot of them, I mean, in my time before I took Amrit and when I used to attend the wedding receptions afterwards, I can remember people coming to me and barely remembering who I was. And they'd give me a little tap and a little handshake if they could coordinate the hand and shake my hand. But they could barely remember who I was. So to me, that seemed like a flaw that sanu jana pena or fe ki kahoge bhi aaye nahi, hajri nahi padi. But really, they can't really recognize you. And there's that other point that a lot of the brothers are looking at their sisters not as sisters, and vice versa. So there's that going on as well. Maybe there's an opportunity that o munda o kudi nu pasand kar luga, o kudi wale passe a, o munde wale passe a, otte gal ban jagi. So really, that roop is not there to do that. That image of the Amritdhari is not there to do that. And we're not being very good role models as Amritdharis attending that.
And I think also, if you're wearing your Panchkakar, which Maharaji has blessed us with, how can you walk in such an environment with them on? I mean, if you're wearing a dastar, for example, whether you want to call it a bag, a turban, whatever it may be, how can you wear your crown and walk into an atmosphere where there's alcohol and dancing?
The other point is, if somebody is attempting to go to a nightclub with their kirpan on, because they're Amritdhari, we're talking about an Amritdhari here, they won't be allowed in because they'll be searched.
So basically you have to take your... I mean, I can recall one time, this is the slide, is it such a sin to have fun? Now on this fourth slide, what we're trying to understand is there's that situation where people wanted to go and see a very famous singer, Gurdas Mann, and there's some songs that he's sang which are so meaningful, but there's some which are just songs, love songs or whatever. And people were actually going there, Amritdharis, and they had to take their kirpan off because they weren't allowed in. So they thought, oh, well, I've paid for the ticket, kirpan goes off, put it in the car, and we'll have a bit of fun, we'll listen to him because hunta paisa dete ticket le liya. So there is an issue there. People are doing that. It becomes easy if you're going to a wedding party. But obviously it becomes much harder if you're going to a club. So maybe the parents have got a cause there saying, well, the atmosphere is different because we can see you.
And then the other thing we've got to remember is, Guruji, throughout Gurbani, they've given such a Uttam Padvi, such a high state to Sangat. Sangat meaning the congregation, the people who we socialize with. And throughout Gurbani, they have said to us to keep within good Sangat. So obviously, the people that say it does not affect us to be in these environments of wedding parties, then surely that statement is going against what Guruji is saying.
Okay, let's focus it on a little bit different now. Like in the house, just before the wedding party, they're all dancing, they're all doing gidda. Why is that so bad? I mean, this is the fifth slide. Himmat's parents feel dancing is not against the Sikh principles. And Himmat is saying, look, I'm only having an innocent dance. A problem ki ya kar, byaman to pehla, byaman to baad, when we do the jago, we're all having a good dance. We're all having a little, tap the heels, tap the hands, and let's go for it with the bibia, and then you get all these bolia. What's the problem? I mean, some people will be watching us saying, you lot guys are too strict. You're saying this, Amritdhari can't do this, can't do that, can't do this, can't do this. And here's Himmat's parents saying, this is okay, but the night clubbing isn't okay. I think we've got a call ready. I think they've let the calls through. So if we can take this first call. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Vaheguru Ji Ka
Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਸੁਣਾਓ ਜੀ ਭਾਈ ਸਰ।
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਮੈਂ ਸ਼ੁਭ ਨਾਮ ਜੀ ਜਗਦੀਸ਼ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਸਪਾਊਟ ਤੋਂ।
ਹਾਂਜੀ
the topic you've raised is an excellent topic.
Thank you.
Very cutting edge, very relevant. ਸਾਡੇ ਸਮੁੱਚੇ ਸੇ ਕੌਮ ਵਿੱਚ ਪੰਜਾਬੀਆਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਤੇ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਧਾਰੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹ ਰੀਤ ਹੈ ਸਾਡੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿ ਜੀ ਆਪ ਅਸੀਂ ਸ਼ਰਾਬ ਨਹੀਂ ਪੀਣੀ, ਆਪ ਅਸੀਂ ਮੀਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਖਾਣਾ, ਲੇਕਿਨ ਅਗਰ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸੱਦ ਲਿਆ ਜਾਵੇ, ਅਗਰ ਸਾਡੀ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਕੁੜੀ ਦਾ ਵਿਆਹ ਹੋਵੇ, ਉੱਥੇ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਸ਼ਰਾਬ ਮੀਟ ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰਬੰਧ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਰਨਾ, ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਅਸੀਂ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਹੌਲਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਰਨਾ। ਇਹ ਸਾਡੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਚੱਲਦੀ ਤੁਰਦੀ ਰੀਤ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ। ਇਹ ਸਵਾਲ ਸਾਡੇ ਤੇ ਇਹ ਢੁੱਕਦਾ ਫਿਰ ਕਿ ਅਗਰ I'm an Amritdhari, I can organise these events, I can participate in these events, and my sense of Amritness and Sikhiness is not affected. Are these people then suggesting that I can go to the local pub, sit in a pub for a couple of hours, watch the football there in the smoky, alcoholic environment, but still my Sikhi will be qaim after that, will still be preserved? Clearly not. So what we as Amritdhari are doing, we're doing exactly what the Dushman of Sikhi are doing. We're undermining our own Sikhi within ourselves, and as you rightly say, as role models, we're undermining Sikhi as a positive example that we should be radiating. We're betraying Sikhi. We're actually betraying Sikhi head on, and there's no excuse for that. When as Amritdharis, Guru Sahib and Sari Sikhi ਸਾਨੂੰ ਬੜੀ ਸਾਫ਼ ਸੁਥਰੇ ਢੰਗ ਨਾਲ ਪ੍ਰੇਰਦੀ ਹੈ, ਇੰਸਪਾਇਰ ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ Bani actually described alcohol as poison. It's poison. So there can be absolutely no shade of opinion. But us say कि मैं जाके बैठ जाऊंगा बैठ लूंगा गपशप कर लूंगा लेकिन मैं पीऊंगा नहीं.
Okay, I think that is a fantastic point, Baji, you've raised, and this is exactly the point that Himmat is facing. She's saying we can all go to the party afterwards, the wedding, but why is it wrong for me then to go with my friends to celebrate my 18th birthday? I know I'm not going to dance, I'm not going to look at the opposite gender, I know I'm not going to drink, I'm only going to have an innocent dance with my friends like I do at a wedding, and there's no problem. So there are double standards happening here. Now,
double standards, absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay, thank you very much for your call, Vuji.
Okay.
And we'll I think Vuji made a fantastic point. He mentioned the pub, because that's more close to home. But somehow we all say, nahi, otte nahi jana. Oh, pata ki otte tasha khelde a, otte cigarette pinde a, otte hor mahol a. But this is exactly what her parents are saying. Himmat's parents are saying, if you can't go, the atmosphere is different. We will know that you are safe. Himmat's parents are saying the atmosphere in the nightclub is different to the atmosphere in the wedding reception.
I mean, that slide, that is absolutely fantastic, because there we can see that the girl is coming forward and putting her cheek out, and the guy is about to kiss her on the cheek. I can just see
which one it is. This is 3, 4, 5, 6. If they can show the views, it's
slide 6.
Slide number 6. Himmat's parents, the wedding reception is not the same atmosphere as the nightclub. And as Virji just phoned in and mentioned, that we have got a problem.
Okay, I think in this topic alone, there's many points that we can cover. Maybe we can continue it next week as well, because I think it can go in so much depth. Okay, if we look at now, if I, like I mentioned earlier, people say, okay, it doesn't affect us. Okay, I remember, not even it being an issue that, that when we shouldn't go to wedding parties. Okay. So taking Amrit, coming from a drinking background previously, and then stopping everything, stopping drinking, smoking, everything, and then going to these parties, I remember, okay, you may not be affected the first time. Because we've got to remember this point, that Guru Sahib has given Sangat such an importance in Sikhi.
Definitely.
So what does that mean? That whatever you are around, that's what rubs off on you. So when I was in these parties, first of all, I would be completely bored, because I was used to being there, being intoxicated. So then being there without the intoxication, without having any alcohol, just sitting there, and eventually, because, okay, you're not drinking and everything, but it's hard enough as it is in Kaljug. People find it difficult maybe not to look at the opposite sex in a Gurdwara whilst there's Kirtan going on. So now you imagine this setup, this environment on a dance floor. The dance, the song is saying to you, Glasi Pila or whatever it's saying, or it's saying, Onu Kurinu Patala. So this is the mud that's coming out of this. And then, like I said, the Samas Kaljug anyway, and then you're having to sit there and then if you're looking towards that direction, they're not going to be wearing, a modest dress that you might find in a Gurdwara Sahib, and you're going to, obviously it's going to be tight dresses, it's going to be maybe arms flaunted, or whatever it is. So I'm just drawing a picture here to how much harder it's already becoming. It's hard enough anyway, and then it's that much more harder, and then you've got people moving a certain way, so you're completely, how can we say then that there isn't anything wrong happening there? And then you've got the alcohol abuse happening there.
Okay, this is an excellent point, because we've just, let's imagine now that we've got somebody who's just come into Sikhi, taken Amrit, and they're finding it, obviously, those tendencies can easily be there, those habits that I want to go to the nightclub, I want to have a party. Already they're into Sangat, and they want this Sangat, they want the true Sangat, the Sat Sangat. But now what we're saying is, once they start going to the wedding atmosphere, they start thinking, there's a temptation for them to actually do the bob, to look at the girls again, which they probably were before they took Amrit, because they weren't in this way inclined. But once they've taken the Amrit, they need Sangat. We all need Sangat. Otherwise, when we go into those environments, everyone else is looking one particular way, we all end up looking in that direction. Everyone else is doing one thing, and you probably will easily feel left out not doing that. That's an excellent point that you made. So the reception, wedding reception, doesn't seem very different at all. I think another point that we raised earlier this week was that the parents are probably saying, well, Sadi Nagrani Thwade Uppar Hogi, to the girl. That we will be able to look after you.
Keep a watch out for you.
Yeah, keep a watch out, because when you're in the nightclub with your friends in the night at 2 o'clock dancing away, who's going to be there? Mum and Dad aren't going to be there. And
I can still talk from first-hand experience. This is what I witnessed. So, going back probably about 12, 13 years ago, wedding party where okay, this is again the point that they use. The parents say that the bacche in wedding parties is Sade Nagrani Andar, meaning in English saying that they're under our watch. So we're able to keep an eye on whatever they're doing. This is things I've witnessed, wedding parties in front of parents, that, the dance floors are so packed. And on those dance floors, numbers being exchanged. Not just from guys giving girls numbers, girls giving the guys numbers exchanged on the dance floor whilst parents are there. And
it's happening,
and in the toilets of wedding parties, cocaine being snorted.
This is
and,
terrible.
And weed being smoked at the back of the hall.
This is reality coming out on live TV. We've got another call. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Waheguru.
हेलो जी
वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह हाँ जी भैन जी तुसी सुनाओ
सत श्री अकाल जी मैं मेरा नाम सुरिंदर कौर है
हाँ जी
मैं जरा काफी अच्छा टॉपिक चल रहा हैगा क्योंकि बच्चे भी आजकल यंग बच्चे कंफ्यूज हो रहे हैं
हाँ जी
जान है ना
हाँ जी
मेरा तो मैं यही कहना चाहांगी कि भी जे इंसान दे दिल विच सिक्खी बस गई है अच्छी तरह
हाँ जी
ਉਹ ਤੇ ਜਾਣਾ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਚਾਹੇਗਾ ਪਹਿਲੀ ਗੱਲ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਤੇ
ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਹਾਂ ਜੀ
ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖੋ ਕਦੀ ਕਿਸੇ ਦੀ ਕਾਰ 'ਚ ਬੈਠੋ ਜਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਦੇ ਘਰ ਜਾਓ ਕੋਈ ਗਾਣਾ ਵੀ ਲੱਗਿਆ ਹੋਵੇ ਨਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਮਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਨਵਰਟ ਕਰ ਲਓ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਦੀ ਟਿਊਨ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਜੋੜ ਲਓ ਹੈਨਾ ਤੇ ਇਹ ਜਾਣਾ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਉੱਥੇ ਮੈਂ ਜੇ ਸੋਚਾਂ ਉਸ ਕੁੜੀ ਨੂੰ ਐਡਵਾਈਸ ਦਵਾਂ ਕਿ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਜਾਣ ਦੀ ਕੋਈ ਲੋੜ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਹ ਅੱਜ ਵੀ ਜਾਏਗੀ ਫਿਰ ਉਹ ਕੱਲ ਨੂੰ ਦਿਲ ਕਰੇਗਾ ਫਿਰ ਉਹ ਕਿਸੇ ਹੋਰ ਦਾ ਬਰਥਡੇ ਅਟੈਂਡ ਕਰੇਗੀ
ਪਰ ਉਹਦੀ ਮਾਂ ਪੇ ਫੇ ਕਹੂਗੇ ਵੀ ਚਲ ਉਹ ਕਹੂਗੀ ਮੈਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਨਾ ਜਾਊਗੀ ਫੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਮੈਂ ਵਿਆਹ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਕਿਉਂ ਜਾਣ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਉਹਨੇ ਫੇ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਬਈ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਵਿਆਹ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਜਾਣ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਪਰ ਉੱਥੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਇਹਦਾ ਕੀ ਫਰਕ ਆ ਉਹਨੇ ਇਹ ਫੇ ਸਵਾਲ ਕਰਨਾ ਉਧਰ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਮੈਂ ਐਗਰੀ ਕਰਦਾ ਬਈ ਜਾਣਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਪਰ ਫੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ
ਤੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਬਾਕੀ ਅੱਗੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ ਫਿਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਰੋਕੋ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਅਗੇਂਸਟ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਜਾਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਹਾਲੇ ਤੱਕ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਦੀ ਕੋਈ ਸਮਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਈ ਮੇਰੇ ਖਿਆਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ
ਓਕੇ ਜੀ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਇੱਕ ਕਾਲ ਰੈਡੀ ਆ ਜੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਨੈਕਸਟ ਕਾਲ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਵੀਰ ਜੀ ਸੁਣਾਓ ਜੀ
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ I'm from Wolverhampton ਦਾਸ ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਹੈਗਾ ਕਰਮਪਾਲ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ
ਹਾਂਜੀ thank you very much ਹਾਂਜੀ
I'd just like to say you're doing a fantastic job I think this is a topic that we really do need to discuss
thank you
and bring awareness into our Nordjans
that's great
first of all I'd like to say ਅਫਸੋਸ ਦੀ ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਆ that ਦਾਸ seen himself that I've seen parents dropping off their kids and also picking their kids up at 2-3 o'clock in the morning after they've been on a night out
okay
that's every hun tora jero I've taken Amrit it's been about a year now I've experienced obviously the clubbing life
do you think parents feel they're looking out for their children still That, at least we're bringing them back, and at least we're taking them there and bringing them back. I mean, do they...
What I actually think is that the parents do think that we're dropping the kids off at a night out and we're picking the kids up. But of course, the girl is, I don't understand, is they can see for themselves what's actually happening, right? They can see the majority of the guys out there, even the by themselves and be out there, they are drunk, okay? They are highly intoxicated, they are on drugs. They see a lot of people fighting as well, and what I don't understand is the parents still go and drop them off.
Because what would you say about, because the children in these situations, they feel that the wedding parties that they attend, that they're not that different. There's not that much difference to the clubbing atmosphere. Why is it okay for our parents to allow us to go there after a wedding? There's alcohol there, there's meat there, there's people going crazy on the dance floor there. Do you think that makes it weakens the point for the parents to say no? What do you think about that?
I think that even looking at this case study as well now, right, I think that it is the parents' fault. Mm-hmm. We so easily blame the children, saying that they are going clubbing, they are doing this, and they're doing that. But I think that we actually need to start from home, because when we do go to a wedding, Darcy's getting married, myself as well, in the next couple of weeks. I mean, we've got a palace and everything. I'm getting married in India. We've got it versional. We've not put meat, shrub. I'm still going to get married. Okay, I'm still going to have the same amount of fun. It's going to be a vegetarian wedding. We're not going to put drink or meat out on the tables. Okay. But I think we need to start at home. Okay. When we speak to, for example, our fellow colleagues at work as well, who are not Asian, who are not into Sikhi, when we say to them, oh, we're getting married, the first thing that comes to their mind is, wow, you lot are going to have so much drink out on the table, and you lot are going to have so much fun and meat and DJ, and you're going to spend so much money on alcohol. So that's what they see in our culture.
Absolutely. Okay, Bhai Singh, thank you very much for your call. I think point taken there. Thank you. I think that was a fantastic point Bhai Singh made, that it is, we're leading up to that. Is it the parents' fault? Because it gives children an opportunity to say, well, party which ande biyah to baad hun assi kyun nahi jaste, and that makes them weak. And as Bhai Singh said, it takes them another call is ready. Hopefully we'll be able to discuss that as well. Vaheguru ji ka khalsa, Vaheguru ji ki fateh.
Hello, Vaheguru ji ka
khalsa.
Hi, Sat Sri Akal ji. My name's Inderpal, calling from London.
Vaheguru, Hanji Inderpal.
Sorry, I'll be speaking in English. My Punjabi is not that good at the moment. Well, what I wanted to say was that it's for my experiences, it all depends upon the person. Mm-hmm. I mean, I listen to a lot of R&B, hip hop, what have you, but I know that it's not reality. Mm-hmm. Now, you might have some young people out there and they listen to this type of music and they get all angry, and they go more towards calm and cruel than anger and lust.
Okay.
But I think it all depends upon the person who's listening to the music. Like, I know that's all fake. It's not reality. It's not what happens in the real world. And I think to say to someone, oh, you shouldn't listen to it, full stop, it's going to make them listen to it even more.
Yeah.
So,
but I think, how far would you go? Would you go and entertain that in a nightclub and encourage that type of atmosphere, the vibe that goes with that music? Or obviously, I think I can see where you're coming from. That maybe you can convert it to making you into a better person by listening to certain lyrics or certain words.
Definitely. That is the challenge. Like, even I'm 25 now, and I'm listening to more Gid and more Barney. I'm getting more into my Barney now. Like, it's taken me 25 years of my life to actually get into Barney. So I think
it's taken us longer.
When you're raising up your children, I think it's great. Like, whilst they're young, sort of spread that message of, listen to Barney, and actually when you go to the Gurdwara, try taking something in. Absolutely. Don't just sit there and, try to take something in, because then it's worth it.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
That's fantastic. Okay. Was there anything else?
No, when it comes to like nightclubs, again, it's the same thing with nightclubs. I mean, I go out with my friends, you know, I like to listen to music. That's the reason I go out. Obviously, there's some people out there that like to get numbers, you know, they like to do this and that. I think that, one, it's hard to, I mean, we shouldn't, you know, pigeonhole everyone.
Okay. Inderpal, I'm going to have to rush you. We've got another call ready. I think that's fantastic. Thank you very much for your call.
Okay, thank you very much.
That was Inderpal Singh, and his take was slightly different. We've got another call now coming in. Waheguru ji ka khalsa, Waheguru ji ki fateh.
Hello.
Hello, Hanji. Waheguru ji ka khalsa, Waheguru ji ki fateh.
Hanji, Waheguru khalsa, Waheguru fateh.
Hanji, Bhai Sahib ji, sunao ji.
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਸਾਊਥ ਤੋਂ ਬੋਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਜੀ ਸੁਖਦੇਵ ਸਿੰਘ
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਸੁਣਾਓ ਜੀ ਸੁਖਦੇਵ ਸਿੰਘ ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਵੀ ਇੱਕ ਗੱਲ ਆ ਭਾਜੀ ਸੌਰੀ ਵੀ ਮਾਫ ਕਰਨਾ
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਵੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਮਤਲਬ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੀ ਮਤਲਬ ਕਿ ਪਰਿਭਾਸ਼ਾ ਹੈ
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਉਹ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਇੱਕ ਓਂਕਾਰ ਤੋਂ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ
ਹਾਂਜੀ 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 ਬਿਲਕੁਲ
ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਇੱਕ ਓਂਕਾਰ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਖਤਮ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ
ਬਿਲਕੁਲ
ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਪਰ ਹਾਂ
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਅਸੀਂ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਵੀ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਵੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕਿ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਆ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਭਾਸ਼ਾ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਇੰਟਰਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਹੈ
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਹਾਂਜੀ Okay, I think we've dropped that call. I think Baisa was making a point there. We couldn't quite catch it. We've got another call ready. Vaheguru ji ka khalsa, Vaheguru ji ki fateh. Vaheguru.
Vaheguru ji ka
khalsa, Vaheguru ji ki fateh. Hanji Bhai Sahib.
Hello.
Hanji, sunda.
Hanji. Am I through?
Yeah, you're through.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hello ji. Vaheguru ji ka
khalsa, Vaheguru ji ki fateh.
ਇਹ ਮੇਰਾ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਆ ਮੈਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਦਾ ਜਨਮ ਆ ਮੇਰਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਨਿਆਣੇ ਛੱਡਣ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ ਜਦੋਂ ਨਾਈਟ ਕਲੱਬ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਲਚਰ ਵਿਆਹ ਦਾ ਸ਼ਾਦੀ ਦਾ ਆ ਤਾਂ ਨਾਈਟ ਕਲੱਬ ਦਾ ਸੇਮ ਆ ਸੇਮ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੱਸੋ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਘਰ ਦੇ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਸਾਰੇ ਟੱਬਰ ਉੱਥੇ ਆ ਜੋ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਕੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਕੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਤੇ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਚਿਰ ਉਹ ਖੁਸ਼ ਵਾ ਜੋ ਆਪਣਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਆ ਐਟਮੋਸਫੇਅਰ ਵਿਆਹ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ ਲੋਕ ਪੁੱਤ ਧੀਏ ਇਹ ਵਿਆਹ ਜੋ ਹੈਗਾ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਜੋ ਇਹ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਰਾਤ ਨੂੰ ਕਲੱਬਾਂ 'ਚ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਠੀਕ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾਣ ਨਹੀਂ ਲਿਜਾਣਦੇ
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਓਕੇ
ਐਂਡ
ਹਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਬਹੁਤ
ਹੈਗਾ ਆ ਪਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਹਿ ਸਕਦੇ ਨਾਈਟ ਕਲੱਬ ਕਲਚਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਮਿਕਸ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਵਿਆਹ ਸ਼ਾਦੀ ਦਾ ਇਹ ਐਟਮੋਸਫੇਅਰ
ਓਕੇ ਆਈ ਥਿੰਕ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਪੁਆਇੰਟ ਰੇਜ਼ ਕੀਤਾ ਤੇ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਈ ਪੁਆਇੰਟਸ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ ਜਿਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸੋਚਣਾ ਪੈਣਾ ਆ ਵੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਜੋ ਮਾਹੌਲ ਵਿਆਹ ਸ਼ਾਦੀ ਤੇ ਹੈਗਾ ਆ ਉਹ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਰਿਸ਼ਤੇਦਾਰ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ ਪਰ ਸਾਰੇ ਜਾਣੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾਣਦੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਟਰਸਟ ਤੇ ਪਰ ਉੱਥੇ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਕਰੈਤਾ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਆ ਹਲਾਲ ਹਰਾਮ ਹਜਾਮਤ ਹੁੱਕਾ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਧਰਮ ਤੋਂ ਵਿਰੁੱਧ ਆ ਉਹ ਉੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਆ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਨਾਈਟ ਕਲੱਬ ਆ ਇਹਦੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਇਹਦੇ ਜੇ ਇਹ ਨੁਕਤੇ ਤੇ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਜਾਵੇ ਤਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਉਹ ਕੰਪੈਰੀਜ਼ਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਵੇ ਫਿਰ ਸਮਝ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਆ ਵੀ ਉਹ ਬਾਲਾ ਫਰਕ ਹੈ ਨਹੀਂ ਗੁਰਮਤ ਅਨਸਾਰ ਤੇ ਗੁਰਮਤ ਅਨਸਾਰ ਫਰਕ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗਾ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਵਿਰਸੇ ਤੌਰ ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀਆਂ ਬੋਲੀਆਂ ਗਾਉਣੀਆਂ ਗਿੱਧਾ ਪਾਉਣਾ ਆ ਉਹ ਨਾਈਟ ਕਲੱਬ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਗਾਣੇ ਹੋਣੇ ਆ ਉੱਥੇ ਹੋਰ ਵੀ ਡਰੱਗਸ ਵੀ ਹੋਣੇ ਆ ਉੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਪਰ ਹੁਣ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਵੀਰ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਵੀ ਵਿਆਹਾਂ ਤੇ ਵੀ ਉੱਥੇ ਡਰੱਗਸ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੁਣ ਵਿਆਹਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਬੀਬੀਆਂ ਕੋਕ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹ ਚਿੱਟੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸ਼ਰਾਬ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੋਕ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਹੀ ਕੋਕ ਆ ਤੇ ਇਹਦੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਸੋਚਣਾ ਪੈਣਾ ਬੇਸ਼ੱਕ ਉੱਥੇ ਮਾਪੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ ਉੱਥੇ ਨਿਗਰਾਨੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਪਰ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ ਕਿੰਨੀ ਨਿਗਰਾਨੀ ਰਹਿ ਰਹੀ ਆ
I think we need to focus as well because we're talking about Amritdaris attending parties and clubs.
Yeah.
That's what the case study is. It's about Himmat Kaur who took Amrit when she was 7.
So because we've got 5 minutes left, maybe we can round up, although there's so much that we can unpack from this. And there's so many good calls that have come where, you know, there is maybe not confusion, but maybe an understanding that how can they be the same? how can they be different?
Just one point, we can come back to that, is they mentioned about the money, the man before from London, that Gore think, oh, you're going to spend so much money and the alcohol and everything. And it's a very good point, actually, because if we look at the wedding situation and the amount of thousands and thousands of pounds that parents take loans out to get their children married off, they're doing that because of the people that are attending. But like you said, that sometimes people don't even know who you are. They're just shaking your hand, nice to see you, and they walk away. And us as Amritdhari, is it right for us to add to that loan that they're taking? Are we doing bop by sitting there, taking up that seat, whether it's £20 a head or whatever else? But if there's like 40 Amritdharis in that hall, that's, I mean, you could do the math yourself. It's so much money.
It's putting too much burden on the girls' side.
On the girls, or the boys' side.
Yeah, or the boys' side. I think another point that was mentioned, which I want to bring up now, was that one of the viewers that called in said, you know, I do go for a dance and this and that, and I go for the music, but would then it be okay for your sister to go? Then if we believe in equality, what's wrong? But it should actually be the other way around. No one should go.
Yeah.
You know, I think we've got to look at it on both angles.
I mean, it's quite simple, really. You know, Guru mere sang sada hai nale. If Guruji was in their body form and they were here, and we believe that Guruji is with us all the time, would we be walking into a family party where there's dancing, alcohol, meat? Would we be going to a club where there's all of that going on with Guruji beside us? Really?
Absolutely. And I think also I've read on the Sikh Maryada of Anand Karaj. This is a Sikh Rahat Maryada by the Akal Takht. And it said the boys' side should take a minimum of restedar to the girls' side, so it's not a burden. So again, it puts on that point that are we putting burden on one part of the family more than the other. Now, something I want to bring our attention to was the fact that there was a Bibi that called in and said that maybe Himmat does not know the value of Amrit yet. I mean, let's face it, she was 7 years old when she took Amrit. Was this too young?
I think the question should be whether her parents even know the meaning of Amrit, because like the man said, sorry VG, I forgot your name, but you know, can we put the blame on the parents now? Because can we blame the parents for her wanting to go to the club? Because do they really know what Amrit is? Because Amrit is such a beautiful thing. You know, we've got our banya that we're meant to be doing every day to keep the Amrit alive every day. So if we really had Amrit inside us, would we go to these places?
Will we want, I mean, we don't need that. There's a temptation.
This
is beyond, Amrit is beyond that temptation.
You know, and the lady said that if Sikhi is really vast inside you, why would you do that to yourself, to go to such a place? Or why would you expose your children to go to such a place?
I mean, the Guru calls this Harmandir Sahib.
Yeah.
So Hari Mandir de vich thanu oh shabad miloge. In actual Darbar Sahib or Harmandir Sahib.
Would you get no?
You cannot have any other shabad other than Bani. Actually, Akat Katha, which is from the Guru Granth Sahib. You can't. The Tadivara outside by the Akal Takht. Even in the Darbar Sahib. And the Guru calls our body the Harmandir. That in this can only be such. So, some closing points maybe. Does it make a difference that Himmat Kaur is Amritdhari and she goes?
Definitely, because she's taken, she's made a promise, she's taken an oath, or whatever people want to call it, that, you know, she's taken Amrit.
She's been blessed.
She's been blessed, yeah.
She's been chosen by the Panch Pyare as one of the daughters of the Khalsa at a young age.
I think next week we'll definitely continue with this topic, because we've still got so much to cover about what Gurmat says about these things.
Absolutely.
How it's got to this, what's gone wrong, why this is happening. Just a couple of messages I want to give about a few situations that have come to my hearing. One of them was parents saying to me that how can we, you know, this is Amritdhari family, and they said, how can we not take the kids? You know, the children are probably in the region of about 12, 13. They said, "Bacche kende are, you know, how can we say no to them? You know, they're going to feel that they're missing out because all the other Rishtedar are going to these parties, and how can we not take them?" But this is a false accusation because they do say no to these children for other things, many other things. Yeah. The only reason that the no hasn't been said to this is because they're actually enjoying that environment themselves.
Still wanted it themselves.
Yeah. So it's a scapegoat for them.
And and that again we'll discuss in more detail. Again, exactly what's happening there. People, that person made a point that they're miles apart. Clubs and wedding parties, and how can you compare them? In a wedding party, you've got that same state of mind. Ke, apna paraya na peshani. That they're in that same state as the nightclub, because that's what alcohol does to you. Jit peete mat dur hoye par baval pave bechaye. So Maharaj is saying this is happening in wedding parties as well. So we can't come away from that. And then the other point I wanted to raise is, I know there's youth that have taken Amrit and that don't want to no longer go to these parties, but the families give them no choice.
Right, this is very, very distressing, and I think these points that Virji you've mentioned, they need to be in more detail. Maybe, hopefully, we can have a bit more ammunition to show the viewers as well that this is what our youth are going through, and it's not an easy ride for someone who's Amritdhari. We've got Kaljug on one side, we've got Maya on one side, and on the other side we have Amrit. And there's a choice, and the Guru talks about live tat doi rao hai hukmi kar kamai, that there is a path to connecting with Guru and there's one of disconnecting. Recognize these two paths. Gurmukh apna man marya shabad kaswati lai. Look at the Shabad, look at what the Shabad is saying. What's it saying about being in the atmosphere of meat, of alcohol, of that sangat that is looking at the wrong opposite gender? Look at that and then decide, are you going to cause sin, and which is going to make worse your karams? So you might have to come back into this janam again. And that's what we're here to eradicate. And a Himmat who's taken the Amrit needs to maybe realize that this is the wrong thing for me to do. But parents also need to realize maybe we've given her the wrong ingredients from a young age. We're going to leave these thoughts with the Sangat, and hopefully we can continue with this case scenario next week. If we've said anything that has hurt anyone's feelings, please, we ask for forgiveness and do ardas that we may do this seva better in the future. Galtiya Pulchuk Dikhima. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.